should just tell you the answer to the question, shouldn't I? We were talking about Frank Lampard, who's gone 5 games without a win since returning. Statistically, who was the worst Premier League manager of all time? It was
Paul Jewell
at Derby.
And I want to say 2007, 2008.
I haven't got that in front of me.
No, it was, because that's where they got the record low points.
4.2%.
Remember, I think, how many 11 points?
That's 11 more than Chelsea got.
Listen, how you get 11 points in a whole season? 11.
I don't know. Well, if Frank would have been there from day one, they'd be on 0. This is Darren Bent's Thinking Inside the Box, where, of course, former England striker Darren Bent takes a closer look at some of the best attackers in the Premier League. Today, we have a special edition for you. That doesn't mean anything. All focused on this man.
Here's Haaland inside the area and scores. The ball broke to him inside the box, and he caps a fantastic Manchester City display. Arsenal's boss said nothing will be decided tonight. I'm not sure about that.
Erling Haaland continued his sparkling form last night with a goal and an assist, brilliant assist by the way, in that 4-1 tonking of Arsenal. It was live on talkSPORT. These numbers are crazy. He's now scored 55 goals in 49 appearances. Let me say that again, 55 in 49 in all competitions this season. 33 of those have come in the Premier League.
Oh, he's got 55 goals this year?
In 49 appearances.
Is that including
everything? All
internationals?
All comps. No, just for club.
He's got 55 goals this season? I thought he only had 49.
In 49 appearances. That is. Yeah, maybe it's the other way round. That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't think he's got 55 goals.
No. Well, who done that?
I think he's got 49.
It is the other way round.
Yeah, I thought so. Honestly.
He's got 49. Would you believe, Benny? Did that go out? No, he didn't. Oh, brilliant. Benny, would you believe he's got 49 goals in 55 appearances?
It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
It's lacking, though, because he's played more games than goals.
It's frightening.
Yeah, it is bad.
You'd have thought that he'd have been over the moon with another goal to his name last night, but that wasn't the case, as rock and roll superstar Noel Gallagher explained on last night's Sports Bar.
I've just been with him in the dressing room, right? And he's like a young kid. He's walking around in his underpants, right? He's walking around in his underpants telling me that he can't wait till I meet his uncle, right, who I've never met, right? And he's gutted that he hasn't scored a hat-trick. He's kind of... Honestly, he's like a big, mad child, right? He is incredible footballer. When he came, Guardiola said there's bits to his game that he can improve on. We've seen that tonight. He's now assisting. Yeah. The touch for the first goal, he brought the ball down, put Kevin De Bruyne's goals were a joke, right? He's passed them in. He's passed them into the net through players' legs. And, you know, if Arsenal fans were in any doubt about how big the gap is, that's how big the gap is. Do you know what? I couldn't believe it. As soon as the game kicked off, I was expecting Arsenal to fly out of the block. Right? I was expecting them to give Ederson no time on the ball. And they stood there and they were letting him kick it round the 6-yard box. Yeah. And after we went 1-up, I was saying to the guy sat beside me, the only way we're going to lose this game now is if we get bored.
He sent me a picture, actually, Noel, last night of him next to Haaland in his pants. I'll text him, see if I can put that on social media, because it's quite a funny picture. He is just Haaland, not Noel. He is. I think he's possibly the greatest centre forward I've seen in such a short space of time. Longevity, we don't know yet, but with regards to just how much of a beast and a monster and what he looks like on the ball,
I've never seen anything like this. And as you said there, I'm glad you said that. A short space of time. I mean, the amount of goals he's got, because I think longevity does play its part. I mean, you're talking about two of the greatest goal scorers, Messi and Ronaldo, doing it for, 10, 15 years. So that takes some doing, and you look at their ratios, goals to games. But in terms of a short space of time, someone's put here, right, and I thought I was right again. I think he's got 49 goals in 43 games.
Right, what's happening here, boys? I think it's 55, actually, in all comps.
You sure?
But anyway, carry on.
So, I think, as far as a short space of time, I think he has been absolutely phenomenal. I think I've never seen anyone explode onto the scene like this.
Yeah. Like it's the greatest first season ever.
Fact, because he's broken records.
Yeah.
Like, he's obviously equalled Clive Allen. Obviously, Shearer and Andy Cole are 34 goals in a 42, and he's already got 33 goals now.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's absolutely phenomenal. Time will tell whether he goes down as the greatest, but certainly in terms of impact in such a short space of time, yeah, 100%.
For my money, he's the best centre forward on the planet. I'd rather have him than Mbappe.
See, I don't know. I think I'd rather Mbappe.
But Haaland doesn't have a weakness.
Neither does Mbappe.
Who's better in the air?
I'd probably say Haaland is bigger. I mean, I almost said, which I think Mbappe is quicker, but Haaland's no slouch.
No. And also, in recent weeks, very much like last night, he's not just a goal scorer. The assist I thought was brilliant. The way he took the ball down. He was running at your defence as well.
Listen, it's apples and oranges, whichever you want. But I look at Mbappe and I think, like, he is phenomenal. And I've also seen Mbappe in World Cup finals turn up with goals, hat tricks. Do you know what I mean? I've seen him in the biggest of games. I've seen him turn up. So, listen, if your club signed either one of them two, I think you're going to be happy.
Yeah. How long do you see him staying at City? Apparently, he's got a £250 million buyout clause, which I know this is nuts.
Someone would hit that.
It seems value for money at the moment because he's going to guarantee you goals. I know you talk about Harry Kane. If he goes to United, he's guaranteeing you 20 goals a season. But with Haaland, you're just getting so much more than that. And
with the relationship of him and Kevin De Bruyne, I mean, it's literally frightening. It is frightening what he's doing for Manchester City in the partnership. And last night I said it to you, didn't I? We spoke about it before the show. I said, if I'm Erling Haaland, I'm looking at Arsenal's back four and I'm attaching myself to Holding. Now you look at the first goal. Where's it come from? They clip the ball into Haaland. He's way too strong. Holdings get too tight, tries to wrestle with him, gets rolled. De Bruyne scores a fantastic goal. The Ben White block from De Bruyne. What a block.
Yeah.
Where does that come from?
Yeah.
Rob Holding in no man's land trying to win a ball that he knows he can't win, and Haaland just toes it around him and they're away again.
I thought Ben White played really well last night, actually.
Do you know what he did? What Ben White did was he just didn't shirk responsibility until the point you saw it boil over at the end of the game, him and Phil Foden.
Yeah.
But I mean, Erling Haaland, for me, I absolutely love what he's done, what he's doing, and he's only going to get better as well. His movement, how quick he is, how intelligent he is, his touch.
See, I think that's the difference between where they were last season. I know they're playing different because they've now got a focal point, whereas they were playing a lot of the games last season with a false number 9. But they want to win the Champions League, and I think without doubt he's the missing piece.
It'd be interesting if we ever do this about Manchester City fans. It'd be nice to hear from them. Is the team more rounded with Haaland or Aguero? Because Aguero at City was wow.
But he was. But I've never known a striker to take to the field, and I expect more than a goal. I've never ever had that feeling. Like almost like if he walks off the pitch, Haaland, and he's only got one in 90 minutes. I'm like, how have you only got one in 90 minutes?
Well, you look at last night. He should have had 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And some of the footwork to
that little bit of that foot where he sort of scuffed it at the end.
But there's one where he put it wide, and I think that's not him.
His left peg.
His left peg.
I know, but he was outside the area and he was running at him.
No, but when he hit,
it was a little bit like De Bruyne's goal on the other side, wasn't it?
But when I expected him to hit the target because he just doesn't miss.
Yeah.
But I mean, he is an absolute phenomenon.
You can't defend against him, can you?
No, absolutely not. You have to be intelligent. You know what you're best off doing if you're centre half. Don't get tight. Give him like a yard, 2 yards. Yeah. Just feel him back. He's back.
Yeah.
And then when he does what he does, then back off. But the moment Holding went close behind him, trying to wrestle him, just rolled him like a little kid.
Yeah, he's giant, isn't he?
Giant.
Yeah, he's. I really want to say he's the best striker I've ever seen in my life.
No, you'll be able to answer that in terms of Premier League next year.
Yeah, maybe.
Second season is always the one.
Is he the best? Is he now the best Premier League striker of all time with regards to his ability? Not his numbers, because he hasn't got the numbers yet.
No, not yet. I mean, I'd still put, look, Shearer's got 260.
Who would you rather have, him or Henry?
Henry all day, every day.
I don't think you would, mate. He's better than Henry.
He's not better than Henry.
He's better than Henry.
He's not a better player than Henry yet. Come on.
Oh, I think he
Henry,
is, mate.
I think people forget how good Henry was.
No, we don't.
Okay,
but
Haaland's
Henry never got these numbers.
I get that, but he's also got 20 goals, 20 assists. Both.
I know, but a striker's not all about assisting. It's about goal scoring.
It's about both.
I don't think it is for a striker. You'd rather have a striker that scores 20 goals than 20 assists.
Yeah, but he did both. That's my point. He did both. Thierry Thierry is you're telling me Haaland already is better than Thierry.
I think for season on season.
Oh no, this could arguably be the greatest one season we've ever seen.
Okay, so let's what we know, right? Is the greatest one season we've ever seen.
Yep. That's it.
Is that all it is at the moment?
That's all it is. But to say he's better than Thierry is madness.
I think he's, from what I've seen, the greatest Premier League striker of all time.
Already?
Yeah.
Hold on. What about Kane?
I think he's better than Kane. Of course he's better than Kane.
Kane's hit 20 goals.
No, I'm just talking about as a player, going forward.
He's not a better player than Kane. Like, he's a better goal scorer. Yeah, sure.
If you could line up all your favourite centre forwards.
Yeah, Thierry.
Hold on.
All of them?
No, hold on. You could put in the Premier League, put Thierry there.
Yeah.
Thierry, put Shearer, put Kane, put all the big heads in a line.
Yeah.
And Haaland's in that line. And you say you're going to have one of them from this season moving on.
Yeah.
Who are you picking?
Thierry Henry.
I don't think you are, mate.
I'm taking Thierry Henry.
You can't.
Well, I can.
Okay.
In my opinion, Thierry's the greatest player ever.
Yeah, okay.
In the Premier League.
Is Haaland knocking on the door of that?
No, not yet. He's got loads.
No, not for numbers.
Okay, but even as a player, there'd be Liverpool fans, and Ryan would agree. Suarez, For Suarez was a disgrace.
You're saying Suarez is better than Haaland?
Mate, you talk about one season. As a player, Suarez is a better player.
Okay. I'm saying Haaland's the greatest centre forward I've ever seen in the Premier League.
Oh, okay.
Even after one season.
Right, fair enough. He's the greatest centre forward ever.
I've seen. I've never seen a player like him. Have you? He's a
freak.
Never seen that.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.